Welcome back. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And in her new book, Calling Forth the Waves, survivor Janine Hernandez tells us the story of how she was able to face those challenges head on and how she started her road to healing. So Janine is in studio with us. Janine, great to see you again.
Great to see you.
Tell me about this new book that you wrote.
This is a new book where I am highlighting how I overcame domestic violence and how I went through my healing journey in this process.
You say that with a smile on your face. I know it probably took a lot to get to there. You've written how many books now?
8 books now.
Was this the most challenging?
This one was hard.
Why?
It was hard because I had to really dig deep inside of me and really start that healing process, go through some childhood trauma stuff and address things. And this is my most vulnerable book where I'm being very vulnerable and sharing with my audience what I went through.
Why do you think that was important to do, to tell the world your story there?
I think it's important to highlight how someone can get into a domestic violence situation, what triggers they need to be looking out for, what are the red flags, and I just wanted to start raising awareness on this topic because it can be silent sometimes.
And you even have a bit of a story about ASL interpretation. You had issues when you were going to report. What happened?
Yeah, it's really hard to get criminal convictions for domestic violence. And so what I found is that there are gaps in the system. There are about 39 different states that don't require a ASL interpretation certification. My ex-abuser was an ASL interpreter, so that means that he works with vulnerable populations such as the deaf community, autistic children, and so I want to start being an advocate for that, and that there needs to be laws that need to be changed around that.
Since I've read some of your books in the past, I know that you're also an advocate of self-love.
Yes.
And digging deep and finding a place of growth out of yourself and what you are made of. Tell me a little bit about why you feel so strongly to help others grow and learn and even publish their own books.
I feel like it is my calling in life. I know that it is my purpose to help other people share their story, be vulnerable, get their story out there. You can impact so many people, and I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to do that through my book publishing academy. We've helped over 140 authors, and it's just a great feeling to wake up every morning and be able to do that.
So you self-published, and then you could help others do the same?
I help others do the same.
With a big smile, back to that big smile. Tell me about why that's so important to you, to help people put their story onto a page that people can read and share. It's such an intimate thing to read a book.
It's so important because imagine that you have, family, you have kids, and then it's something that you can say, hey, I left my legacy on this piece of paper. And it's something that's going to transcend different generations. So I do this for my son, and I hope that he will, pass it along to his kids too.
And it's really interesting because you might go to lunch with someone, talk about what's happening in their life right now, but it might have been something years ago that they went through that you had no idea was there, that they have information that could be beneficial for you today. What do you want people who might be in one of these situations right now to know?
Well, there's a lot of people that always reach out to me and they're like, I've been through that too, but you're my voice. And so I just want to inspire them, like, just speak up and say something, because you never know, the person right next to you might have gone through the same thing. Yeah.
And that sharing is so important.
It is.
You do that all the time and help others do the same.
Yeah.
So thank you, Janine. Great to see you again.
Thank you so
What is the name of the book again?
Calling Forth the Waves.
Calling Forth the Waves. And a gorgeous cover there, too.
Yes.
Janine, thank you. We want you to know there is help out there. If you or someone you know is dealing with domestic violence, dial 211 to be connected to help.